Well, hello, hello. Happy New Year, girls and boys, and cats and dogs, and everything else in between. We are back with another episode of Triple J Trail Mix, and breaking news, we are going to be having a logo. Yes, we're official now, and we're going to be having an intro coming soon, so stay tuned. Especially for this episode, because I think that's where the first reveal of the intro is going to be. I did not forget. I was just testing you guys. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's get on to the episode and
All
what
right.
everybody came to listen for. We
Nice.
are going to be having a campfire story with none other than all three of us.
Yes.
Oh,
All three
And then
simultaneously. We're all
we
going to
will
talk
hear
to each other.
the what? Oh, yes, you're right. We're all going to be talking together at the same time in unison.
this is just a whole episode of the Sphinx game, the Sphinx improv game.
There
Yes,
you go.
yes. Don't tell them our secret, guys. They might do it themselves. But then to top it all off, we will have JT tell us a story about prom and what he got up to.
Oh Lord.
No, yeah, we don't want to go down that trail.
Or maybe it's not his prom. It's maybe somebody else's prom. I actually don't
Not
know.
my prom.
Well,
Definitely
not my prom.
just wait and find out, and we'll know soon enough.
Yeah. You know, actually, funny story. I never actually had a prom.
Oh wow.
We
had
had
a banquet, but it was basically prom.
Same.
well, yeah. We had Starshine because they
Okay.
couldn't call it prom.
That's what did you go to? I went to Starshine.
Went to
I went to
Starshine,
Starshine.
which was basically a dinner, and then the parents hosted like a clean dance party thing at some hotel in downtown Greenville.
Oh, well,
It was interesting.
I wish I had something like that. It involved less work than what we did. Okay, actually, so I'm I'm going to actually go into campfire stories with something like that, actually, to try and bookend this episode. That's actually a good idea.
Cool.
I was going to talk about something else, but then I'm going to talk about this. So yes, so like Jackie said, like my school had what was called banquet, but it was pretty much prom. So and we called it BQ for short, right? And so essentially it was mainly for the seniors. It was mainly for them to enjoy and to have a good time, and to kind of as like a send off for them, right? So the seniors pretty much just all they had to do was just come and enjoy. That's it. The juniors, okay, hold on. The sophomores were put on the wait staff. So you especially got to be a waiter if you had an older sibling in the senior class.
Be their slave one last time.
Exactly. And so yeah, you were kind of you're very much guaranteed to be a waiter or waitress if you had an older sibling in the senior class. But then for us juniors, this is probably the biggest thing that you did junior year was banquet. So like either the end of your sophomore year / the beginning of your junior year, you'd be brainstorming ideas. And so what we did is we split into different groups, and each of us came up with a theme and came up with all the logistics, all the details for it, and then presented it to the rest of our class, graduating class. And there's a lot of different ideas, but what we ended up doing was Alice in Wonderland theme.
Oh.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, you copied me.
Is crazy.
You copied my class.
Oh dang! Wow, you did Alice in Wonderland too?
Yep. We
Oh
did
man.
or we didn't call it like Alice in Wonderland, we called it like Starry Nights or something
Oh,
something like
okay.
that. But it was basically a Wonderland theme. And we had
Oh,
the Cheshire
nice.
cat.
That's cool.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. Wait, you had a Cheshire Cat of what?
Well, it was a face. It was just like somebody drew it in my class.
And then it was
So
like
like
on one of the
picture.
walls.
It was one of the backdrops, I think.
Bro, same.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Did we go
crazy.
to the same banquet?
Oh my lord. On two different
Worlds apart from
continents.
each other.
Yeah, so we had that as our theme. It was hard to top the senior classes theme because they did when their junior year they did Titanic. And so like it banquet always happened in the auditorium where like the drama like all the plays were done,
Sure.
theater stuff. So you had all that space and then you had the stage and that backdrop and everything. So for the Titanic one, the stage, the backdrop of the stage was like the front of the ship, and then they had built a whole well, not a whole second layer, but it was like it was a second layer, a second story to the build, like to the room, a second level along the edges, and then there was that the famous big staircase that from the movie. They built that in the middle.
Wow.
Yeah. So kind of the requirements kind of thing for banquet was that you had your theme. You had to have a theme that went with the decorations and everything, but also you had to have like a uh in like a in interlude play, like a mini play, um, while everybody was having their food and whatnot. And then also, you had to have like a good menu, and it was like a 5-course meal that was all kind of themed around your, you know, theme.
Wait, did you guys make the food or did you
We
order?
we made we made the food.
Oh my goodness. We didn't.
Yeah.
We
Oh
just
dang.
went to a restaurant.
Oh nice.
But I was just thinking about all the I mean our school only had the juniors do it.
Uh-huh.
And so if you had two classes able to do it, then that might work. But if you had to make the food, it would be way too much for the one class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though, is that like that. I mean, that was all for us juniors.
Yeah.
So like we had we had people to build the whole thing because what we did was we built almost an entire second level, like not just around the edges, but just like almost to cover the whole place. So like, but it's people seated on the top level and the bottom level could all watch the stage for whatever the play that we had. So our mini play was kind of a murder mystery. So it was still the Alice in Wonderland characters, but the Red Queen had been killed, and so it was up to Alice and all the friends to find out who killed the Red Queen.
It was Alice.
She had
Alright.
dissociative identity disorder.
Yep.
Yes.
Um, I was actually in the play, and I played Absalom, the caterpillar.
That does
But I
not
didn't.
surprise me at
Oh my
all
gosh,
whatsoever.
the high caterpillar.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Fits you so well.
They kind of played it off because we couldn't do anything like that, of course. Which actually, I got to mention this. Alice in Wonderland was such a hard thing to do because we went in, we were given like a manual, right? I was on the entertainment committee, so we were in charge of like the music that was the live music that we did and the play. And so we were given a manual that had been around since they started doing banquet. And they had all these restrictions and guidelines and stuff. And one of the restrictions is that we couldn't have anything, any symbolism or anything that has anything to do with
Ducks.
playing cards.
That was
Oh.
rough.
Like, if you think about it, like that's a big thing out
Yeah.
in Wonderland, especially like with the Red Queen and stuff.
Oh. What?
Oh
Why did
boy,
they
it
say
was
that?
because I mean, I'm guessing it's from like an old kind of very conservative point of view because it was outdated definitely because it's kind of that it playing cards represent gambling and that represents bad stuff.
Mm.
Um,
Yes.
so it was kind of sucky, but we made it work and it was amazing. Um, anyways, with the because of all that as well, we couldn't have me playing like a stone caterpillar. It was what they chose to do instead was to make me into Tai Chi. So when they met me, I had to do like this slow Tai Chi thing as I'm saying these wise but not so wise things to Alice. Mad Hatter. It was amazing. And then they recruited me to choreograph a dance scene that we did a flash mob,
Hmm.
and it was to Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Um, and it was in the middle of the courtroom scene because I play the judge in the courtroom scene that we were trying to find the killer and do this whole thing.
Mm.
Anyways, so yeah, we had all that, and we even had made a whole table that extended out from the stage. That was the tea party, and so it was all littered with teacups and kettles and things. It was so much fun.
That's
Um,
so cool.
but anyways, so that was it was great. We did I think we did a really good job. But it was a fun memory.
Yeah, I do not have fun memories of mine.
So
Mine
so
was
y'all pretty much just went to a restaurant or like it was a catered place.
Me or him?
JT.
yeah. I mean, it was basically like a like one of those fancy hotel like banquet rooms that you can rent out. And so they had
Dang.
a dinner there. It was like high society dinner, very fancy. Like, oh my god, it was terrible. It wasn't even that great, but
Dang.
whatever. Besides the point.
Okay.
And then we left there and walked a couple blocks to another hotel where they had turned it into
Oh,
like,
wait, you walked
yeah.
Oh my
on
gosh.
prom night.
I'm sorry.
This is prom still, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
All right.
You walked a couple blocks
yeah,
and all your nice stuff.
and all our nice stuff.
Oh boy.
Um, to another, well, yeah, we went to another hotel and they had it all decorated out, and then it was like your traditional, what you would see at one of those secular public schools.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I say
I mean,
that to
yeah.
sarcasm.
I would say I feel bad about the walking, but at the same time we had to do walking too because we had to go down to we got dressed up and we went to the girls' dorms to pick up our date,
Mm.
who we had asked to banquet. There's a whole
I
thing
hope you
with
asked them to be your
yeah,
date.
yeah, yeah. But see, there's a whole thing with like banquet askings at RVA that is a whole different story. I'll dip into that another time. There are some crazy askings, man. But
I thought you
anyways,
were saying so. Okay,
okay.
never mind.
I picked up on what you're saying.
That happened
Anyways.
at NGU actually too. There's there's this guy saying somebody came up for it was at a coffee house and they said the person's name. He's like, oh, that's a cool ass name.
Nice.
And everybody was like, what did he just say? We're looking around. And then eventually I figured it out, but I was like, that did not sound like last name at all.
Amazing. Oh, the English language is beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
But anyway, so yeah, we had to go over to the girls' dorm and pick up our date, and then they had a marked path across campus uphill all the whole time, um, and all to go all the way to the place where we're having it, right?
Mhm.
And that was where all the parents and all the other students could gather around and take pictures and see all the couples and everything. And we had like this little arbor, this arch that we stopped there to get our main picture taken, and then other parents and everything could be taken and stuff like that. and then you had to also think what you had to make the entrance thematic too. So we had like as you were entering, you were falling down the rabbit's hole and kind of thing.
Oh
Um,
wow, that's
it was
actually
it was awesome.
That's cool.
It was really cool. What I'll tell you is that my senior year, the juniors that year had done Narnia for their theme.
did the wardrobe.
Yeah, they
I,
literally did the wardrobe, and it was so well done.
I bet
That
that's all that
Um,
they did it for. Like, guys, forget the Narnia like theme part. We just want to be walking into the wardrobe.
we just want to
yeah.
go
That's the
into a
only reason
closet.
we're
That's
going there.
it.
Oh yeah, the closet.
We just want to go into a closet for prom.
Or are they walking out of the closet?
Oh, jeez. Dang. Okay. But yeah, so anyways, that's a memory that I have. Also, they didn't allow dancing because dancing was allowed yet at
Of
my
course.
school.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of
Of
course.
course.
But thanks to me, that's another whole story. I was able to get that turned around. But anyways, um, yeah. I wanted to talk about something that I've been seeing on TikTok, uh, with you guys. So
Sure.
apparently, I've been seeing like people on TikTok that they've been saying that some people don't have what's called like an internal monologue or internal monologue in their
What?
heads, right? So, um,
Wait, JT,
when
were you
they
saying what for like for the viewers
Yes.
or were you surprised? Okay. I was like, we just talked about this yesterday.
and the
Why are
veil
you
has
so
been
And the
torn.
surprised?
veil is gone. Yeah, I was gonna
Yes,
act
yes,
surprised.
everybody. Yes, everybody.
Okay.
We talked about this
Okay.
already. I've
But yeah,
introduced
yeah,
this topic already, but we're going to go into depth in it now. So,
yeah.
okay,
No.
so what people have been explaining is that when they think, they essentially like they don't have thoughts in their head that talk. They don't. It's not that
It's
they
not like
don't
them
hear the
talking to
words.
themselves
Yes, they don't.
in their
If they're
head.
going to talk to themselves, I've heard people explain like if they're going to talk to themselves, they're going to talk out loud. But and also I think one lady was explaining it to where like if I'm looking for my book, if I'm looking for a book and I'm like, where's my book? I'm not gonna think where's my book in my head. I'm just gonna be looking around for it. There's no words going through that you can hear in your brain. And
That's so weird.
that blows my mind because that's all I have.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because
just like a constant stream of thoughts and words and things going in your head, right?
exactly. Like if I'm gonna speak out loud and speak my thoughts, that's just me turning on another channel of that stream of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's not like I'm flipping one off and the other on. It's just
Mm-hmm.
the one is on all the time, but when I actually speak, I'm turning another one on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just so weird because like yeah, I can't even fathom it. And so people have been mentioning that it's like 50% of the population
What?
don't have this.
I thought it was
Um,
smaller. I didn't
I,
realize it
I
was half.
well, the thing is though, is that I've looked into the research a little bit, and even though it varies, the percentage of the samples that they've taken varies. The kind of the mean, the average is 20% for the people who do have it.
Wait. What?
So the kind of the average of all the research that's been done on this reveals that an average of 20% of people have an internal monologue. 80% don't.
Oh,
Whoa.
That's crazy.
yeah. I don't feel like that's accurate, but
It may not be. I'll have to. I mean,
I mean, to be honest, I don't
it was a
agree with
surface
the way
level
that I mean,
research.
I don't necessarily like completely think like a random sample, like the way that they take random samples
Hmm.
is always that reliable. even
I
though
mean, yeah,
statistically speaking, yes, but it's like there's
very
always a
true.
possibility that you don't get that. So,
Yeah,
because
I
they
mean,
don't do the entire population, they do like hand a random sample that should show,
exactly.
and it's
You
like,
just gotta, yeah, you just gotta
mm,
see what the generalizability of that research is.
yeah,
But yeah, so but also it's kind of hard because it's very hard to define exactly what that means, you know?
well,
Because
yeah,
like you could I mean, for those who don't have it, they're saying that they have a thought,
hmm
like they have an idea of what's going on in their head of that thought, but it's not represented in words. So
uh-huh.
then that could be the argument that do they think in pictures or do they think in emotions? They just don't put words to it, right?
Or do they not associate their thoughts with words? And it
Exactly.
is kind of the same thing, but they're not thinking. Is it because their brain just isn't translating it as words, but it is words? They're just not aware that
Yeah,
it's words, or is it not even that at all?
exactly. That's a good question. And also from what other people I've seen has said is that they they'll like what is it? It it's kind of transitory. So it's like um, it's not an all or nothing thing. So it's only in certain contexts that they can have that internal monologue. But then sometimes they can have that their mind blank. It's
Mm-hmm.
only when they're actively thinking on something. If they which suggests that they have moments where they're just it's blank. But then if they start thinking about something, they're going to think in words. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay, well,
Um,
yeah, I can understand that because I do that. I mean, there are times where I just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
zone out and there's literally nothing happening in my brain, and then I'll snap back to it and resume my monologue inside whatever I'm thinking about.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it also has to do with stimulus, because like if you're just looking around, like at your desk, you're not consciously thinking, I'm looking this way, I'm looking this way. It's like you look and then you see something that may trigger you to be like, oh, I need to do this, or I wonder
Mhm.
why I put that there and things. But it's like if you're just looking around your room, it's not like you're like commenting on, oh, I'm looking around, I am watching. It's not like that kind of thing. It's like more along the lines of an active thing,
Yeah.
Right.
if that makes sense.
And see that's where I differ from you, JT, is that like I mean I do okay, I do have moments where I will not think anything, but like that rarely happens. Even if I'm not having an internal monologue, I've got either song lyrics flowing through my head or even it's almost like I'm replaying audio samples from something that I've heard. So it'll
Hmm.
be like a non-ending echo of something that I've heard or something.
Sure.
Um, and yeah, it's just that's always going by. So I'm either thinking of a certain part of a song that can't get out of my head, and so it's always playing, or it's like a piece of a movie or piece of a TV show that I can't, I'm constantly thinking about. So it's just weird.
Yeah, the brain is a weird thing.
Yeah, exactly. It might. I mean, well, this is up for debate, but it could be from me like having to process everything. Like the way that I okay, for example, like the way that I'm so good at connecting dots between like movies and things like that is that I watch movies a lot and even the same movies a lot of times. So I memorize it almost.
Sure.
And then even every time I see an actor in a movie or TV show, I instantly think of everywhere else they've been. So
Uh,
every node of that web is struck and it's activated, you know?
uh,
So it's constant, and the more times that they're activated, the more accessible or quickly accessible they
oh
are
yeah.
in my mind.
That's cool.
So it could be that, but also to talk about where it comes from. People have said that it could come from ADD, ADHD, anxiety, even.
The monologue?
Yeah, the monologue.
Oh wow.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Which
Hmm.
I've always wanted to go and get like a legit test for like ADD or ADHD.
I mean, it's not really a test. You just go to a psychiatrist and they say yes or no.
Never.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
That's kind of how it is, though.
they just like hold on 1 second as we go as we crunch the numbers, and then they bend over underneath their desk and flip a coin.
Exactly.
No, see what it really is they sit you in front of you sit you in a room and they let squirrels run by the window and rabbits and stuff, and if you follow them, then that's what it is.
Exactly.
They actually, I actually saw a clip from someone. It was like a what was it? They were testing ADD, and they sat the student down and told them to watch this like biology video or something, and then they brought him in a second time and had him watch Star Wars. And the first one, you could see like they were videotaping him, and he was just swiveling around and kind of just doing other kind of stuff when the school video was on. But at Star Wars, he was completely absorbed and completely focused in it.
Mhm.
It was so good. So I mean, and I can relate to that. I mean, I focus a lot more on something that I'm interested in, of course.
Sure, that's natural.
And that's the kind of the brain life hack is employing the self-reference effect. So if you can make something meaningful to you, then you're going to pay attention and learn about it more.
True story.
Yeah.
Unless it's not.
Unless it is not. But is it though? Goodness gracious.
Man, that's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't imagine not having something always in my head.
Yeah, I get
It would scare me, honestly.
Yeah, it's almost like, if I say apple, what pops in your head? A picture of an apple or the word apple?
Both.
Honestly, it was
both.
like
I think of a red apple, but yeah.
it was one after the other, like nanoseconds. But the first one was the word.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Mine's the picture and then the word.
Interesting.
It's weird though, because some of the things, like if I think of an elephant, I think of like a cartoon elephant. Like I know what it is, but the first thing that pops into my head is and it's from like when I was little and I saw the different things like
Mhm.
for that were different things. Yeah, it's like if I think of sand, I think of like it's probably it may not be an actual picture, but it's like some Windows desktop background of a sand. It's not like the actual sand. It's like it's a bunch of random pictures that I get when I hear like basic words like that, and it's like
Say any word, and I automatically think of Windows XP, the old
yes,
background. That's it.
Yes.
If you say Word, I think of Microsoft Word.
Yes. Product
Oh,
association.
it's a blessing and a curse.
Blessing.
No. Well, anyways, you guys ready for my story?
I think so.
Is the world ready for your story?
That's
I
the
don't
real
know.
question.
That's $1 billion question.
All right. Well, Jackie, give me a male name.
Man,
Man.
yeah, man, male man.
All right, man. Drayton, give me a female name.
Female name?
Yeah.
Oh,
Iron.
Julie.
Julie. So we have man and Julie. All right, let's roll with it. So, this is a story about prom. Specifically the prom above our man and Julie. So, you know, somewhere along the line, somewhere in some, I don't know, Midwestern town in the good old United States of America, there's this little high school, and, it's time to come up for their prom, and uh, our man gets all excited, and he goes up to Julie, and he asks her to prom, and she says yes, and it's a great day. All
I
right?
think I know where this is headed.
Oh, don't ruin it.
I know I'm not.
All right. So she says yes. There's this man's got a whole lot of things that he's got to do, right? So I don't know. The first thing that man's got to do is he's got to go and rent his tux, right? So he's got to go and rent his tux. So he goes to the tux
Oh,
rental
wait,
place.
wait, 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 wait. Drayton, did you have
Mhm.
punch at your prom? Did you guys make
Um,
like a punch bowl or something?
we had punch, but it wasn't like publicly accessible. You had to get just refills from the wait staff.
Oh, okay. We
Hmm.
Yeah.
we would make some like homemade stuff for that, but not the
Mm,
food. Or maybe we
okay.
had snacks and desserts. But anyway, keep going. Keep
Nice,
going, JT.
nice.
Okay. All right. Anyways, so he goes to Men's Warehouse, and apparently every other guy in the town decided that they were going to go at that exact same time. So there was
Okay.
this huge long line, and our boy man, he sits there and he waits and he waits and he waits and he waits in line until he finally gets up there, gets his tux. Whew, all right, wipes sweat off his brow. All right. So next
On the
thing, he's
tux.
gonna go. Huh?
He wipes his sweat on the tux.
Yeah, no, with a rag, he's all right.
Okay.
Um, so then he goes and he's got to clean his car. So he goes to the only car wash in town, and everyone else is there too because it's a nice day and everyone's got to get their car clean because prom's coming up. So there's this crazy line, huge long line, and he's waiting and he's waiting and he's waiting and he's waiting, and he finally gets up there, washes his car, gets it all nice and clean. All right, done with that. Goes on. So then, next thing he's got to do is what? He's got to get flowers. He's got to get his, I don't even remember what those things are called. He's got a little bouquet of flowers for the date and
Yeah.
is it corsage? Is that what it's called? Corsage.
Yes.
Corsage, yeah.
Corsage is
Yeah.
for the girl, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah. Corsage for the
no.
girl. He's got to get the corsage for the girl.
Yeah.
So he goes to the flower shop. Apparently, again, it's the only daggum flower shop in the town, and everyone is there. So he's waiting in this crazy long line again, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Gets up there, gets the flower. All right, good to go. So he's got his suit, or he's got his tux, he's got his clean car, he's got his flower. All right, he's rocking and rolling. So he goes to pick up Julie. Gets to Julie, picks her up. They take cute photos. Parents are all oozing over them. Whatever. Um, Drive on. Time to go to dinner, right? So he gets to the restaurant. Well, he forgot to make reservations. So there's this crazy long line to get into the restaurant. And so him and Julie are waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Eventually they are able to get in and eat, and everything is fine. So then they leave the restaurant and go to prom. Well, he starts patting his pockets when he gets there. He lost the tickets. So he's got to go stand with all the other guys who forgot their tickets and wait in
Time
this
to leave
crazy
him.
long line. Huh?
Ain't worth it. Ain't worth it. Time to leave.
Well,
Time to dip.
Turn back
yeah,
now.
time to leave. Time to leave.
I'm gonna head out.
Well, they decide it's worth it. So he goes and stands in line. And he waits in line, and he waits in line, and he waits in line. And he gets the tickets, and they get to go in. And they get in, and they start dancing around, and they're having a good time. And Julie gets kind of thirsty and says, hey, man, can you go get me a drink from the punch bowl over there? And so
Amen.
he goes over to the punch table, and guess what?
Oh.
There's no punchline.
Oh my gosh. That, that totally sidewinded me. Oh my gosh. I did not see that coming at all. Oh
Well,
my lord.
it's one of my favorite ones to tell. Love it.
I literally was like, right before you said it, I was like, oh, and he's like, you were like, guess what? I'm like, there's no line for the punch. I didn't even connect. There's no line for the punch.
There's no line for the punch. I mean, mission failed successfully.
Yeah, mission pass failed successfully. Yeah, Jackie, I got nervous. I thought you were going to ruin it for me.
No, I wasn't.
Oh god.
I was like, I know where this is
I was
going.
just gonna let you know that that if that's what I thought it was, like
Good.
if I was right.
You were right.
Oh, Lord of mercy. That was great.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Hey, man, give
Well,
me some lunch.
I think it's time for us to wrap up.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening, and we hope you guys had a good New Year's.
Yeah. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, a good New Year's. Hope you enjoyed the rest, and
Yeah.
get ready to tackle 2022.
And your New Year's resolution for next year?
Yeah,
For next
exactly.
year. I've already
I don't
given up.
know. I don't know about you, but yeah, I'm feeling that.
So
I don't usually make New Year's resolutions, but when I
Me
do,
neither.
it it's not a new year, it's a new day's resolution.
Oh, a new day. Ah, wow. Nice. But yeah, please stay tuned for some new episodes. We've got a special guest coming next episode.
Yes, we do. Shh,
Yeah.
secret.
Secret. But yes, please be sure to subscribe here on YouTube and make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all those good places to look for some more content and also get notified when our next episode is dropping.
Yes. And be on the lookout for our new logo, which we will be dropping in the coming weeks. So you have to go find us on those social media apps so you can see our new logo and see what our new branding is going to look like.
Yes.
We're gonna make an actual brand out of it and
Yes,
put it on
probably.
Yep.
our chest.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's the initiation. If you subscribe, then you have
If you
to. You're
subscribe,
committing yourself.
we'll mail you a brand and you can do it yourself. Put it wherever
DIY.
you like.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not quite that far yet.
DIY the JJJ.
No, don't say it like that.
Anyways, thank you all for listening to our Welcome Back podcast. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good day.
HIJKLMNOP. We're like one letter off. Have a great time. We'll leave you with that thought for the day. See ya.
Kill Craig, Jackie.
I know. I forgot I had to do it.
Kill
Let
Craig.
me type this in here. I'm sorry, Craig. We gotta put you down.
Sorry, buddy.
See you next time, Craig.
Buddy. 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 Buddy.